certainly another key issue has been this change in family life that's happened over the last 20 years, with many more or both partners in the household working out of the home. Certainly in our congregation, probably the vast majority of folks both partners would be working outside the home, the mother and the father. And so to visit with people in the evening usually is virtually impossible because there's stuff going on with them and with their kids. And in the volunteer base shrivels as well because people are so busy. And I think in many pastors that you talk to, if folks come every other week to church or every 3 weeks, that's about the most regular their attendance that they can have. So every Sunday you've got a different community that you're working with. And we haven't figured out a way to deal with that. What we've done is we've probably increased the number of staff people, so there's more staff doing more of the work. We've fiddled with Sunday school, so it now becomes part of the Sunday service, or it becomes a different place. You don't have to have as many Sunday school teachers. And we've found ways to accommodate this shift, but we haven't figured out, is there a better way to do church? And I think with the shift, postmodern shift, the shift to urbanization, the shift to 24-hour-a-day access to anything you can imagine, that being involved in church community on a Sunday morning becomes much more of an option. That I know many of our congregation, or in our congregation, folks will say, I just need a day off. So they're not going to come to church because it's just work and I've got to do something. So I don't think we've figured out what to do with that. And I'm hoping that in the next 10 years, we can find a handle for what does that look like? How do we build community when people see each other for an hour a week every 3 weeks or every 2 weeks? You can't really build community. So some of our folks some of our churches have got small groups, but there too, you've got to have a commitment from people to take that time to do that. So I'm worried about where that will take us in the future as more of our families spend more time working or more time taking their children to various activities. So it depends what day it is. If I'm looking in one direction, things look really good. The Spirit of God is active, and I can see a lot of good happening. There are new people coming to the churches. There's theological understandings. There's new ways of doing things. If I look in the other direction, there's a huge number of problems that we're going to be facing over the next while. So I guess it depends on which way I'm looking, which day. I'm really optimistic in the future, or I'm less. I'm pessimistically optimistic. So our hope is that the church belongs to God, and out of that God will continue to work in the church, to create the church and to build the church as God has done for 2,000 years. So I guess my best day is trusting that God will work even within me and my congregation.